All right, let's go. Welcome everybody, and this is the 17th stream, live stream in which we are going on creating this bar. So far, this is what we have created. It's nice progress, and today's stream we will continue unless there is a bit of an issue. That issue being on the technical side, because what I've noticed is in the last day or so, I think my hard drive is trying to die. So hopefully it won't cause us any issues, but if it does, I might actually have to go ahead and buy a new hard drive, which will mean that today's stream won't be very long. But in any case, this is what we have so far. And one of the main things that I wanted to get to see, at least, is how this thing would look like when you actually walk around it. And I tried zooming around here and tried to get a feel for the actual space as to see what goes well with what and what doesn't feel right. And it really did not go as well as I planned. So instead, I decided to actually import everything into Unreal and see how this thing would look like when it's imported there. So I'm gonna try, and hopefully, if this thing doesn't crash, because it's trying to pull some data off of the hard drive, and the hard drive is giving me some issues, like I already mentioned. So let me try and see. Hey Shinoda. All right, so now let's see this thing. Okay, so the bar testing. All right, so like I said, if this thing doesn't crash or gives me that I/O issue problem with the hard drive, today we're gonna have a stream which we will continue to model stuff for our bar. If not, I'm actually gonna stop the stream and go out and buy a hard drive, because I think this one is more or less about to die. So now let's see. Okay, the content, the maps. This is the bar. Come on, load it up. All right. So far, when I just make a rough import into Unreal, our bar looks something like this. And honestly, when you actually go ahead and start, all right, I need that thing. When you go ahead and just fly through this thing and you just like walk in through the door, you actually get a really good feel as to how big this bar is. It's actually a really decent bar. And the layout is actually pretty good, because come to think of it, you would sit here, order your drink. Behind you, there would be people up on the high boxes here. You have seating here. Here, like I said, I want to make it so this is gonna be a bathroom. But now, having the actual option to like fly through it and get a better feel, I actually come to the realization that this is a very small bathroom. So it doesn't really have the ability to be basically made into a guys and women's bathroom. So instead, we would have to just basically split this thing in two and make the one for the girls, one for the guys, and put well, something to like wash up your hands here, and pretty much that's it. It's gonna be a very simple bathroom. The seating arrangement is pretty fine, no problems here. We can actually move these guys around a bit so they're like more packed up, more they're closer together, so it's easier to move around. Here we got the stairs. These are actually looking nice. You go up the stairs, you go over here, you go up here. You probably need to make this thing straight. And then we are on the second floor. Second floor also looks rather nice. Here we actually have a door, which I'm gonna, well, actually I do have the door here, but that means I'm gonna have to make a hole in the wall here. All right, a hole in the wall in there so we can go in. And lastly, we have our outer balcony, and it kind of looks really interesting. It looks nice with this sort of a ceiling. So all in all, it looks nice, but this is what we're missing. We're missing something up in this room. Initially, this was supposed to be a kitchen, so we're gonna see if we're gonna make this thing into a kitchen or not. And I'm gonna need to create a model for the actual pool table, because this is the one that I created like a long time ago. So we're gonna have to make a pool table that's gonna be suitable for a bar. And with all of that, we will also need to add our name tag for the bar over here. So this would be a nice place to put it, either there or maybe, not here. Just put it here so it's gonna look better. All right, so let's go with it. Let's see what happens. I'm gonna turn this thing off. And let me just quickly check my hard drive and see if everything is gonna work just fine. Hopefully we don't get any issues. So far, so good. All right. Okay. So the first thing that I want to fix is this wall and the actual door that we have here. Like I saw in my scene, I need to cut a hole out for that door. So I'm going to select all the elements for the door, and with just those two isolated like that. And now go ahead, put another edit poly here, and in the front, okay, so I guess I cannot do it that way, so we're gonna have to do it connect, and then move it upwards to about in the middle. Actually, no, I'm gonna put it in the middle. I'm actually gonna put it exactly on the corner where this thing is. Okay, another one connect in there. There we go. And the last one is basically just get that thing up there. Okay. Select that and delete. With this, now we should have a hole for the door, and that should allow us to actually move this thing to the back. Like so. Okay. So I'm gonna de-isolate. We got that thing fixed. Now another thing I want to do is I probably should have by now is selected the top here and made it flush at height with this thing, because if we put it on as it is, we're gonna have a bit of a issue with a mismatch. It's not going to be really visible, but why? Why have that thing if we can just do this? There you go. Problem here, see? That's why. Huh, okay. We'll leave it on like that then. Alright, so now let's go and do the actual pool table. I want to see where I put this thing. Pool table. Okay. Select everything. Move. Alright, so that's fine. Now, let me find some images for pool table. Images. We want to get something that would be rigid for a bar, pool table bar. All right, let's see. This is basically what I'm looking at. This is a very high resolution image, so it's loading up. So let's say something more simple. Won't take too much time to model. All right, let's. Nah. Yeah, I think this one is the most common one I've seen. So what is this thing called? For review, Jim's Billiards. All right, let's see if they got any sort of an information as to how this thing is built or how big it is. Durability, yeah, that's what I need. All right, so pool table reviews, accessories, no? Pool table size. Okay, what is this? This is what I was looking for. Wait, is it different? What the hell? Of course, America has a bigger pool table than the UK does. Because everything is bigger in America. Why not? So 226, it's about 10% bigger. Hell, how big is this thing that I have? So it's length 127 by roughly 240. Yep, I'm rolling with an American sized pool. Cool. Okay then. Let's go with the American sized pool table there. And for 127, here we go with 122. Width for this thing is going to be 244. And the height, I have no idea because it doesn't say here, but there it is. What is 35 inches? Of course, inches. So it's 35.75. 91. Sorry about 90. Okay. So more or less, this is the size that this thing should be at. The one that I made is smaller. Interesting. Okay. Well then, let me. Oh, wait a second. This is foosball. The height for the foosball, not a pool table. Damn it. Billiard table is 31 inch. God damn it. So it's 31 is 78 centimeters. Which is now more or less what I had here. Crap. Alright. Hey, Sean. Now let's see. That thing is fine. I should probably try and find some blueprints for this thing. So it's called Jim's Billiards or whatever. Pool table bar specs. Hello. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I remember modeling this, but way back, and I have no idea where I've placed those blueprints that I had then, so I'm gonna have to try and find some new ones. Or I can just try and half-ass it and just wing it. Which I actually might do, because from what I'm seeing here, it's just a regular box, and it's gonna have some interesting modeling on the top, some detailing on the sides. Yeah, it shouldn't be that hard. Take one thing into account. Every time you work and you go and you say, this is not going to be hard, or this is going to be fine, there's not going to be any issues, that's when issues arise. So let's see if that thing is going to be the case in this time. So let's start off in here, and the way I'm going to start off is by copying one copy from here, and I'm going to start by using this thing. There we go. The reason for copying this is so I don't have to start from scratch, but since I have this place which is supposed to like tell me how big my the placeholder for this thing is supposed to be, I can just use it. So chamfer the corners till I get the roundness. And the roundness can be like 10 centimeters with how many? Let's try that. 5 divisions should be fine. Move this thing downwards and inwards. Oh, but before I actually do that, I'm gonna go and put one corner in here, because I don't want it to start tapering from the top, but instead from the lip. So there we go. Put that thing inwards, a slight inwards, like 3%. Should be enough. That. All right, that's better. Okay, so let's start from here then. And first things first, I'm going to give me a place to have this lip here. Since I'm not following any blueprints, but I'm just trying to eyeball it, there is a good chance that I might screw this thing up. So we'll see in a second. So I'm gonna inset to about, so let's try with 6.5. I don't want to go any further because these two vertices might collapse on each other. And that's going to create some issues, but let's try like that. So 6.5. Now here's the thing with these guys. When you export, or not export, but extrude inwards, let's try -5. I'm actually going to have to push this thing outwards. But I cannot do it uniformly like this because it's not the same size. So I'm gonna have to select this edge here and make it go all the way till up about there. Go down here again. Now move it on the Y negative. So negative Y, let's try with 2 centimeters. That's fine. Select those edges. 1, 2. Let's try that small one as well. And here, get it here. There we go. And push it on negative X -5. Oh, -2. Okay. So we got that. Since I don't want to do it on this side and this side, I'm going to just drop a symmetry. And this symmetry is going to deal with that side. Another symmetry on top of here for the Y axis. And this one is going to deal with that side. So I get this thing rounded up all across. Another edge poly here. Control backspace. Oh. Delete those two. Like that. All right. So now, here is the other thing I have to do. Get this thing and chamfer it. Again, we don't want to have a very, very sharp corner there. We have 4. Should be enough with 1 centimeter like that. That's fine. Now we got the main form. Now we need to add in the actual holes. Now for the holes, there are 6 holes in this thing. All the corners and 2 in the middle here. So for the middle one, just put in a connect like that. And now let's go ahead and choose the size for the holes. Now they probably have a size for this thing, but again, I'm gonna eyeball it. Oh, what the hell did I just create? I'm gonna try and make this thing, let's say, what, 5 centimeter radius. So about 10 centimeter diameter should be enough. Move it upwards. And now convert to a spline. Okay, that's fine. And snap it. I think this is the right place. Okay, now reduce the interpolation so I can use these things to cut. And awesome. And and cut. There, there, there. This is probably gonna end up looking like a really bad cut, but it should give me an idea as to where it's supposed to be at. There we go, like that. It's gonna be fine. Okay. Control backspace for no, not up to now, at least. Remove. Okay, that's fine. Remove that as well. Oh, but wait a second. Here's the interesting thing. This thing doesn't have a hole in this place, but instead it actually starts from here. It's gonna be like this, which means this thing is totally unneeded. Remove. But we can just do it like this. There we go. Get that out of the way. Those two out of the way as well. Move them downwards. There's 3. Move them back. Like that. There is an actual cover for this thing, so we're just trying to like give it so it has some actual geometry for the hole. So if we go and cover this thing up and just bridge it like this, we're gonna have a triangle there, which is not the ideal. But in this case really won't matter because this, like I said, is gonna be covered up. So let's bridge, gap, and this thing along with this thing and go downwards. Let's see how well. Up, yeah. So I want to make the ends target weld those with that. Target welds. It's this end to this end. There you go. Cool. We got that thing. So you just make one more drag downwards. So it actually looks like an actual hole. You can even rotate it around. And make it so it goes inwards. Make it flat on the Y, and there we go. Now it's actual hole. There we go. Give it one more edge in there. That's fine. Okay, that's not needed. It's gonna be like, oh, actually, wait a second, I don't need it. Okay, so if I have that done, that means that I just want to project this thing on the here. So with the Y, flip it around. So here I have this thing done. It's fine. Adding poly and remove that midpoint. And I want to collapse all. I don't want to have that stuck here, this interest and all. So that's a nice hole we have there. I'm modeling this thing. I want to have a pool table for the bar. Yeah, so we just made the base color, the base little hole for the middle holes. Now we just have to make one for the corners and we'll go over it. Okay, so for here, just take one of these guys again, put it there. And should be to about, that's here. Okay, it's gonna work. All right, one there, one. Come on, stop saving. It's starting to annoy me with the auto saves, mainly because this is now saved on my external drive, because I think that my primary drive might die. Complex space, that's fine, I don't need that. Why do I have this huge line? No, remove. Okay, this. Now, make one cut, that's gonna go 1, 2, 3, into the 4. Select that whole polygon, delete. Those. So if I remove this, yep, enough. Oh, what the hell? Why do I have this thing selected? No. Like I previously said, I'm really eyeballing this thing, but if this was for something other than just like a prop, this would probably require some proper modeling with following of blueprints and everything. But for now, since this is going to be a prop, that's of it. Now, move that thing back. Move that thing back. Now, and get these guys to fall through down. And there, another edge in here to help me with this connection. So bridge it there. Bridge, gap this, gap there. I do have some unneeded n-gons, so let's just connect it like that and get rid of that n-gon. There you go. So now, just like we did previously, extend this hole downwards once, rotate on the hell no. Actually, you know what? Screw it. I'll just go and manually get the angle at which we want this thing to go in. One more. The idea is just like you're not able to see where this thing goes from when you're looking at it from the outside. So let's go one more like that and one more inwards like that. And you'll never be able to see where this thing goes. But before we do that, I'm going to make it so this is flat. So X, Y, over Z is not going to work. So make planar. It's not going to work. No way how it's going to work. So make it on the Z, yeah, like that. So now when I there we go. It's a nice, it's not a nice, it's a shithole, but goddamn it. It basically has this, not, goddamn it, not that one. It has these plastic covers on top of it, so it kind of covers up the crappy geometry underneath, which will cover up this cluster crap that I just created. But at least I want to have some underlying geometry that's going to be at least have this to hold that form for the whole. Like that. Okay, make it there. It can work. This can work. Okay, so we have that hole up there. Delete that thing. Let's just project this thing on all sides then. So flip. Yeah, we got that thing there. Symmetry one more time on the Y and flip it one more time. Edit poly and Bob is your uncle. We got all of those edges. Go backspace, remove that thing. I'll remove all of this. Well, since this is going to be a plane and there's actually no divergence, I can just collapse everything into one middle portion in there and wrap it that way. That's not going to be a problem. Oh, wait. Nice cool table. You like my earpod? What earpod? And I do apologize, I have no idea how to read your name. So you're the number guy. 92, 81, 003. What the hell is this? What? Ah, of course. hang-ons. Okay, put one in there, and now I can continue putting in there, and that's gonna hold that form better. So get that thing done. Get that thing over there. All right, better. I no longer have those issues with the hang-ons. Okay, so symmetry up on this side. There we go, like that. Yeah, much better. Very poly on that thing. And there we go. We can. I can call this half decent job. So let's get all of this selected on the bottom. There, and slowly this is starting to look like it's not a modeling job, but instead it's a visual job where you just don't give crap about the geometry. We're just trying to make it look, you're just trying to make it look nice, which is my least favorite way of working, but well. So get that thing without the shading issue. There we go, no more shading issues. All right, that's gonna work. Now I just need to have one more hole in here for basically where the balls are gonna be coming from. So go and add it. Again, I'm gonna go ahead and just try and guesstimate where that hole would be. I'm not following any. So connect 2 seconds. Yeah, I'm gonna put it in the middle, like that. So this is basically what happens when you just give up on geometry, just want to make it so it looks nice. So extrude this thing inwards. -5, no, -10. All right, so there is a lip going around this thing as well, so it's gonna cover up all of this crappy modeling job. So that's good. Before I do anything else though, here's the Alright. If I collapse this, yep, fix that issue. This thing auto saves a lot, don't worry about it. Plus, at the moment, I'm kinda really hoping that this thing doesn't crash. And we'll see in a second once I try to save. Well, it's saved, at least that's good. Before I started streaming, my hard drive was giving me an I/O error, and that usually means it's time to change the hard drive. So we'll see if that thing is gonna happen or not. Hopefully not. Okay, so this is where the balls are dropping from. So that's fine. Can be seen. But some of it's very pokey. But no way in hell are they gonna see this thing. Okay. All right then, let's make that really annoying plastic cover here, which is going to cover up our crappy geometry here. So for this, I'm actually gonna go and do the easy way. Just drop in a plane and try to cover up. Basically, this is gonna be a band-aid on top of everything that we've made. Okay, so move this thing downwards. And now let's simply go and cut in anything that we need, or basically cut it to the specs that we need it to be. So put it one there. Go the Y upwards to about there. Edit poly and start cutting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? Is it didn't cut? No, it didn't cut. 8 and oh no, don't delete that. Alright, delete that. Now, this thing. And the upwards, actually, this is going to have proper shell modifier on top of it. So I just cut in the geometry that's going to be needed. Now, no, this is gonna be another problem I have to fix later on. So instead of fixing it later on, I'm just gonna fix it now. Drop in a circle. This circle is gonna give me the circumference of this thing, like that. Make it so the interpolation is very low, like that. And this can help me know where to cut. Isolate these two, so go and cut, and there, go cut, 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 damn it. Okay, so now I think that this is going to be better. Just going to make sure I just isolate this thing again. No longer need it, helper, and of course this thing won't go as far as there. Like I said, this is gonna go back to there, and this thing will look on the X alone. There we go. All right, so now you get the mid part in here to go downwards. What the hell? Wait a second. Something is not right here. I have an extra bit of vertex here. Yeah, there we go. That one and that one are not needed. Just delete those. Downwards and I want it to be close to the wall. Like that. And this is the thing with these plastic plates. They'll go all the way down inside the hole, but instead they're just like a cover. So when the actual billiard balls are hitting the corners, they're not damaging the table. So now let's select that edge in there again. Or better yet, before I do that, let's give it a shell and see how this thing looks like. With the shell. Yeah, now I can just control how thick I want this thing to be. And this is not a very thick, so it's like half a centimeter, so 0.5. Should be enough. There we go. So poly. And this thing inwards. Not clip. Alright, so put a poly, but before, oh hell no. There's a huge hang on up there, isn't it? Yep, there is. So first things first. One edge in there to hold that form, one edge down there. And now it's better to get this thing sorted. Just cut it like that. I'd rather have triangles than have an angle. Isolate this thing. The inner side I actually need something to be seen, so what I can do is select this thing and delete. Like that, which means that this actually is not that much needed. So now if I go ahead and try to put a turbo smooth on top of here, actually get that nice looking organic turn, basically like what we had, like what we have on over here. There you go. It's a nice turn, very organic, doesn't have those sharp edges, which is more or less, well, what do we want? So let me go in and do a small modification in here and see how this thing is going to look like without that supporting edge for the top, because I think it's giving me a bit too much sharpness. So if I go in here and remove that thing, yep, it's going to get rid of that sharpness, and again we get that smooth look, which is what we want. Alright, so select both of these. Now go ahead and affect pivot only and really make it pivot to pivot, X, Y, Z, it's fine. So now I can just delete that turbo smooth, go mirror on the X, mirror on the X is a clone or a copy. Select both of them, actually no, just select one of it, mirror on the Y, and mirror on the Y. Now let's select all four, isolate, attach them up together, like one, and up. To the side. Okay. Do I have, well, the good thing is that we don't have that cover up on the middle ones. it only has a small lip, which is going to be easier to create. So for the lip, the easiest way I guess would be just go in here, drop in a poly, and get an edge like that. And create a shape out of it. Maybe a linear shape doesn't have to be the other one. Get the shape rendering. Oh, it really works like this. Okay, cool. I did not expect this thing to work. I thought we were gonna start with a simple a rectangular form and have to model it, but it really works better with radial one. So radial, let it poly on the radial. Make sure you get rid of the caps. Thing, and this side, yeah, this thing has two more triangles like that. There we go. Go inwards like that. Okay, so to put turbo smooth here, it's gonna work just fine. Same thing with this place. Now I just put a gray color to everything. And these guys are gonna have a darker gray color, so at least what they are. Yep, just like I thought. So here I want to mirror this thing on the Y, copy. Okay, cool. We have this hole here. For the hole, again, like I said, just get there's some plastic here. So detach this as a clone. Outwards once, and now like that, and go down and get both of these up. And once I have that, I just put a shell on it for the needed. Make sure I have straight the corners up. Add poly, and then get this thing to go back, so it's straight flush with this line. Move it in there like that. There we go. Again, shell. And a turbo smooth driven by smoothing groups. And for the smoothing groups here, I can actually turn this thing off and make it so that these two and these two there, they have their own smoothing group. These two should have their own smoothing group, and now let's see what happens. This is gonna look like crap if I leave it like this, so I'm gonna have to put in some actual geometry to hold this form. Okay, so one there, one there, one there, another one there. There, another one there. There, and Okay, just need one more for the top. Because here we got this thing happening. There and here. Okay, let's see now. All right, much better. Honestly though, thank you for being here so far. Ah, crap, I could have just taken this thing from it and not bother at all with the one that I created. I'm just test this thing out. This is actually a properly made one that I actually spent time making it. So I can at least compare. Ah, damn it. God. Fine. I don't need this. I'm gonna put this thing with 2 turbo smooths and be happy with it, and everything is fine. Hello, Russia. All right, that's fine. That's okay. Just delete this. I don't want to see that thing because I'm gonna get pissed off again if I see that thing. Okay, have that. Have this. Make this thing black, or not black, but darker. There you go. So it has a place to fold down from. So it's fine. So far, so good. I just need to give it some legs to stand on, and we can use this thing inside. So let's do it. First of all, let's go and put it like that. Don't move it on the Z. Okay, so now at least I know how big this thing is supposed to be. So that's what both of these. Okay, that's fine. Let it probably move downwards on the Z to where we need this thing to be at. Like that. Move. So I want to get this thing to be alright, so let me see where I've put this thing on. So is it no, not the windows. Oh snap. Hold on. We want to get everything in here and put it in our pool table holder. Add that layer. There you go. Placeholder. Hide the placeholder and make it so only on the y-axis this thing moves to about there. Make one copy. Actually, this time around is going to be an instance because this is going to change a bit now, but I want to snap there. There we go. So that's fine. And this thing needs to be a bit thinner, like so. Probably maybe go a bit upwards and just you know what, just leave it like that. So top side here, the polygon is not needed. Corners should have a smaller chamfer. There we go. Go insert once, delete, push it upwards so we don't have to deal with all of that issue, and leave it like that. It's never going to be seen. So get those two to be lighter color, and make it unique, attach it up there, effective only, and in there make another symmetry or the mirror on the x-axis as a copy. And there we go. Now we got legs for this thing as well. Attach. Bowl table. Not tool, damn it, bowl. Bowl table legs. Bowl table. Pinky hall covers. R1. So here's table hall covers, R1. Deal tables covers, R2, and everything here is fine. So if I take this thing, isolate, simply drag it back into position. Actually gonna have something where people can play around with it. For now, I'm actually okay with how this thing looks like, but what I can do is I'll probably go ahead and find the actual specs for how to model this thing, like the actual sizes, and make that thing into a tutorial, which might be a nice addition since I haven't made a tutorial in a month and a half. All right, so we have that pool done. Now let's deal with the big elephant in the room, and that is the missing bathroom. We don't have a bathroom here, and we have a place for it. So I'm gonna go save. So bathroom size is gonna be, okay. Now at least I know where this thing's supposed to be at. Let me really quickly just add in one box. And this box is gonna be basically the size for the bathroom. What do you mean? Crap, all right. So select this thing up to the point where it's stopping, and there we go. Put it to the side. And more or less, this is the space that I have to work about to create the bathroom. Now, for the bathroom, as I initially stated, we're gonna have just enough space to basically make it so it's gonna be something like this. In here, well, I can either make it so you actually basically come in from here, so that can be. Yeah, so let's try and see what does that. Connect by connect. Yeah, so 2 booths, one for guys, one for girls, place to wash up your hands, and a place to go out. I know it's not the best, but it's a small bar and we don't have a lot of space to play around with it, so we're gonna have to make do with what we got. Okay, let's see. First things I'm gonna try and find is what sort of bathroom amenities I don't want to have in here. So let me just go and do this first. Select this edge, this edge. Actually, no, just select the whole thing. Create a shape out of it. Linear, that's fine. For the shape, I don't want to have it enabled in viewport renderer. And just delete that thing. And this way we get a polygon in there, which is going to be the wall dividing the men and the women. So make it a shell of, let's try with 3 centimeters. So let's try 3 by 3. So that's about 6 centimeters. Yeah, that's enough. Let me try and see what's the actual size for the door. So a door's height should end up somewhere around there, which means that I can go in here, there, and one more there. Extrude outwards all the way out to there. And symmetry up on the other side, like that. Cool. Hey, Eamon. So this is going to be the basic division for the 2 booths. Now, how big is this thing? That's a good question. Let's measure it up really quickly. So it's about, oh, this thing is tiny. So it's about 2.5. It's not that tiny, but still it's very small. 2 meters and 25 centimeters, but it's 1 meter and 30 meters. This is a small bathroom, so it's probably gonna have just enough to put in a toilet seat in here, and yeah, we're gonna have to put something to like wash up your hands, maybe like some sort of a mirror outside. So yeah, that's it. Okay. Oh, I just yank this thing out from here. This is a copy. It's a copy. Nice that I didn't screw up that way. Okay. Actually, let's delete this. Got that. First of all, extrude this out for like, I don't know, 15 centimeters. And then get this thing to extrude outwards all the way out. The reason for this is I don't want the doors to be really touching each other here. So we have some space. There you go. It's gonna be fine. Yeah. Can I model complex objects too? What do you consider complex object then? We had some semi-complex objects in this theme so far, I think. We had some geometry in here for this thing. We had some, what was it, for the interior here for the stairs. At the top we had some simulation for the cloth. We had some different types of modeling for here. So yeah, Abdul, you have to be a bit more specific when you ask questions like that. Come to think of it, the majority of the time that was spent in this project was trying to figure out how we want to proceed with this project, because we didn't start off with a clear vision. So everything that happened in this project happened on the stream while people were online and they were giving ideas. So this bar came to be with the joint venture of a lot of people pitching their ideas. So let's see. All right, so now I'm gonna try and see if I can find Pinterest. A while back, oh yeah, I think this is it. Okay, we had someone drop me a link to a lot of things that were made for nautical theme. So let's see if we can find something for the bathroom. Oh snap, I like this. I like this a lot. Yeah, see, this is a great idea as to how to make some stuff for our bathroom. I'm actually gonna like that. I love this. So let's save this image as. Interior and last, but I might as well actually use something as similar to this. This might actually have a full decor as to what we need. It has the glass, well, not the glass, but the glass. It has some lights on it. It has the sink. So I might actually make this thing in. Interesting. See what else. Down. What else? If anybody has any ideas, I would love to hear your ideas. We're thinking about things to put in the bathroom. Alright, I guess we will only go with dude, everything that's live, as soon as it finishes up, it goes straight to YouTube. So everything's gonna be available to be watched later. Don't worry. I have to remember to upload all of the episode up on Twitch as well. Since it's switched from streaming on Twitch to over to streaming on YouTube, I haven't kind of really updated for like 6 or 7 episodes up on Twitch. So yeah, Jonathan, you can go ahead, do your stuff, and later on you can just continue watching the video. It's gonna be uploaded on YouTube. Don't worry. All right, so let's say like this, Michael Bar, interior. Okay, cool. This is not hard to create, but I think that the other one suits us better. This is a full setup. So let's go ahead and create this. It's really easy. Alright, so you know what? I'm actually gonna save this thing as it is and create the asset in a different scene. Set everything down like that. Okay, so now I can actually find and create everything and make sure that if something crashes, it doesn't screw up my entire scene. All right, so now let's logically take a look at this. This is basically how many is there? Like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4 at least. Okay, so 4 of them. And the great thing about it is that I can make this thing really quickly. Because so far we actually had to do this previously. So we make rope, so a helix. So let's try it. 1 centimeter by 1 centimeter, and the height of, let's try it with 50. So 1/2 meter height for this thing, and give it the number of turns to be what? With 30, and review porch. You know what? Nah, I'm gonna go with a helix. That would be a problem. I want to deal with that issue then. So what I'm gonna do is make 2 cylinders. Actually, make just 1 for now. And again, make it so radius 1, that might be too much, so let's go 5, and height of 50. And damn, that might be too much as well. And 50 height segments should give us enough geometry. I don't need to have 18, let's say 16 sides, maybe 12. Let's give me enough. Yeah, this will give me enough. So move center. And this thing is intertwined by 2. That actually, you know what? Just put it one next to the other, And let's try and see if this thing is going to work like this. So attach both of these. Effect pivot only up to there. And now I want to twist this thing. Try 3,000. I don't have enough geometry then. Okay. We're gonna do something different then. Delete the caps. Oh, somewhere we're missing something. Are we done? No, these are fine. Oh, God damn it. Okay. Let's try one more time. Someone's at the door. Give me a sec. All right, let's go back. This thing should be fine now. So move it to the middle. Turbo smooth to give us a bit more geometry to play around with. Now, put a twist again, angle of 330, 600, like that. And yeah, this is tapering up well, but I do think that, come to think of it, I probably should have gone with the helix approach, because if I continue making this thing even tighter, maybe 6,000, gonna get somewhere, but the geometry is gonna get, nah. All right. Back to the helix idea. So I'll go 0.5 by 0.5. Don't make it visible in here, so height 50, turns 30, that's fine. Make it so it can, angle snap on. Rotate 180 degrees. Yeah, this is more like it, but we just want to make it so it's an instance. So everything I make here translates well. I got this gonna work better. Thickness 0.3, and let's try to raise it up slowly until it fills up the space in between. 0.7, 0.75. Yep, exactly what we wanted. If I compare this with the image that I have, it's very, very close. The only difference would be that in our image, probably this thing should be up to a meter, and then this thing would have to be a bit thicker to fill up that gap, but yeah, there you go. All right, now another thing that I want to do is I want to bend this thing. Angle of 360. What the? Oh, of course. Okay, my bad. At the moment, both of these are individual geometries. So edit poly here, delete the cap here at the top. Make sure you remove those two little flyway polygons, the one on the bottom as well. And now since I made this thing unique before I deleted the thing, I'm gonna have the same thing over here. Which for some reason I really shouldn't have done before, but there we go. So now attach both of these together as they are, and hit the bend modifier on an angle of 360. And another edit poly. Bridge this thing together. Bridge this thing together. Okay. Now I want to make it so this thing has a set flow or flow connect. And set flow. There we go. I'm just trying to make it so it's a tad bit less conspicuous when you're seeing it like this. If we spend a bit more time, I'm pretty sure that I can make it so it kind of flows without any issues. But for now, I was going to see that thing. Plus, we can just cover up that portion with these guys. So, yeah. Actually, you know what? Let's do that as well. So, 90 degrees up here, like that. And now. Actually, you know what? Oh, crap. Every single stream I have to have Max crash on me at least once. Okay. No big deal. The great thing about this is when it crashes on this error, at least Max auto saves before it does the crash, so nothing is lost. The problem is when it crashes and corrupts your main work file, hence me not working on the actual file that where we have the bar, but instead we start off from a fresh. Yeah, man, I should take the red pill. Sound title, cover. There we go. Nothing, like I said, nothing is lost. Everything's fine. So instead, this time around, though, make one more copy. So 115 is fine. Yep, these two can work like that. And just really center to object and rotate this thing a bit. There we go. Okay, move it back a bit like that. again to the back a bit, and cool. We can work with this like this. Make one cylinder, and make it center. That's fine. Easy. So now increase the radius of the cylinder until it encompasses the opening. Probably could have done this just regular. I don't know, cylinder. I just could have gone away with a circle, so let's go with that. So we got a better geometry wise. So there we go. Now drop a volley on top of it. Spin it. Like that. There we go. And now give it a shell. That shell is 0.1. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Gray on dark gray, it's fine. Hey Alexander, man, it's great having you when you watched the live stream from the beginning, but you haven't said anything. Just kidding. Oh, snap. You're going lesson by lesson, or actually stream by stream. Cool, man. You're going to have quite a bit of things to watch. All right, so now, so far, I have this thing, which is kind of, oh, how big is this thing? So if it's radius of 20, it means that this thing is about 40 centimeters in diameter, which is a decent size for, yep. So let me save this thing up. Wait. Really? And call this mirror. Oh, not mirror, but this is going to be rope mirror. Oh, one. Save. All right, we got that thing. Which is nice because, come to think of it, I can actually bake this thing down to a very, very low poly model. Just rotate this thing down. Why the hell did it come up there? I'm trying to get this thing where we basically made it cover up to line up with the other side, so at least I can then make another cover up here, but it's really not even visible, so I don't care about it. Okay. So now we should probably get the sink as well as these. Actually, I'd like the lights as well. We'll see. Okay, for the sink one, it shouldn't really be that hard. Let's start off with a simple box to tell us basically where it's going to be. Now, lengthwise, this is going to need like, how much is it, right? 30, 40 centimeters, 50, I don't know, 40 should look nice. 40 by a meter width, and the height should probably be like what is it? 70? So 0, 0, 0. Holy shit, it's not this thing is big. Alright, so it's definitely not going to be this big. It's either that or this glass is way too small. So if I go and do like this, much better. Oh snap, no. Uniformly, all sides. There we go. I don't get any squishies. Okay, much closer to what I'm seeing here. So before I do that, so this is a meter, and yeah, this is a big mirror. This is gonna be fine. That's cool. Well, actually, come to think of it, if I start modeling this faucet, well, actually, I'm not gonna model anything. I made a tutorial about a faucet. I can use that model. It's actually permitted. So let me just see which one I have. Faucets modeling. Scene faucets. Where's the files? Oh, there we go. No, it's not this one. Was it the other one? Yeah, this can work. Unfreeze all. I delete it, and you, my friend, go up here and be the faucet of choice. And 90, come in here. Think of it, 40 centimeters is way too low, I guess, so let's try 50. Snap. There we go. Okay, I think. And this is going to change, I'm pretty sure, but still. Alright, so we have a faucet here that we can use in our bathroom. I knew somewhere down the road this thing was going to be reused again. So I'm not going to start modeling this thing, especially since I have like what, 5 or 6 minutes left. So I'm going to save this and give my original scene another look and try and see what else I need to put in there. Okay, so for this, this thing is gonna come over here. Oh, this is a good, actually, question. How much space do I have in here? So this is 2 meters, 2.3 meters in length. And this thing is like 1, so we're gonna have some space on the side to put some stuff on it. Not bad, not bad. This can work. This can work. All right, so today's stream, what did we do? We made the pool table. So now we can have people place a pool, and we created some stuff for the bathroom, and we didn't do pretty much anything else. Amazing. It's weird how you lose a lot of time playing around with stuff that's basically looks like you haven't done anything. Weird. Okay. Oh, here's another thing I can just fix up really quickly, and that is get isolate. Get this thing, basically cut off over here. There we go. So one connect in there, make it on the Y. Edge. Nope. Turn off constraint now. There we go. Fixed that small issue. Not gonna have any more problems with that, I guess. Move it to E there. And one of the other things that was annoying the crap out of me is the fact that I don't have an actual roof here. So I'm gonna put one in really quickly. So take that thing. Alright, so move it inwards like that, move this thing inwards like that, select both of these, cover up that hole, and done. Now I have a ceiling up close to that thing. Not fun. Okay. I get everything up at the same height. Not gonna be a problem. Logically speaking, we can call this isolation or insulation for the entire place. So put it up there. Snap it to the edge like that. Extrude outwards all the way to the end here. And there we go. Now the entire bar is at the same height, and this thing can be like the cover from rain or pretty much anything that's going to be like a weather hazard, so it doesn't actually damage the shipping containers. I love it when we think of stuff like this. Okay, I'm not going to be touching up on anything else for today. I guess this would be it. Next stream, I want to go in and finish up the bathroom and maybe touch up a bit on the kitchen here. And with that, I think we can finish up the main portion of the modeling for this bar. Then what we're gonna have left is gonna be the actual materials for this thing, lighting, props, and generally stuff that would go inside the bar. And then if I feel very, very masochistic and I hate my life, I would probably make it so that we get everything from here into Unreal and then make a walkthrough there and maybe make some stuff that's going to be interactable, like lights and opening doors and maybe sounds and stuff. And here I go talking things that are going to take a lot of time, and that's the only thing that I have a lack of. Anyways, I would like to thank everybody that was with me today. You guys rock. Thank you for being with me in my happy live streams. Generally, a lot of people don't follow up these sorts of streams. They tend to go to the gaming streams, but I know for a fact that everybody that's in 3D enjoys watching this, including myself. So yeah. So that would be it, like I said, for today, and I will catch you all in the next stream unless you have some questions. Like I just wrote, what do you think of trim sheet work? What is a trim sheet workflow? What do you mean when you said trim sheet workflow? Matthews, I hope that's how you pronounce your name. Matthews Spravka. Yeah, hello. Here's the thing. I don't want to use parallax occlusion because in here, everything that I've created is actual geometry, and it's not too heavy to go inside Unreal. So it's 600 polygons per side. So, and that's one of the most cut up ones. The ones that are like untouched, they're like 144 polygons. Yeah, I know, but here's the thing. This is what I said in the previous stream. Every time you try to take something that's very simple and you make it something complex, in the end, it turns around and bites you in the ass. And it costs you a lot of time. So, Matt, I have no idea how I'm going to do the lighting. I haven't even set up a mood. So we'll see. I might test it out and see how it goes live, or I might prod around and play around with it on my side. We'll see. One thing that I'm sure is that once I'm finished with everything, I'm actually going to go ahead and record this thing from scratch and make it into a whole tutorial series. So everything here is going to be broken down, and it's going to be fun. I think I have made a video about how to make glass shader in UV4. I might be wrong though. Maybe I was thinking about making it. I don't actually remember. We'll see. And Matt, I'm probably gonna upload it on a YouTube, or I might make it so it kind of depends how long and how big it's gonna be, or how extensive. So if it's gonna be like a very long one, I might make it the very first premium tutorial that's gonna be made from me. But if it's not going to be that long, and in that case I just might go ahead and release it for free on YouTube and everybody can see it. All right, that will be it for today. So again, for the third time, thanks to everybody that was with me, and I will see you all in the next stream. Bye bye.